A person who can impact hundreds with his guidance and wisdom is a true leader. According to Andrew Carnegie, no man will make a great leader who wants to do it all by himself or get all the credit for doing it. A leader is a dealer in hope. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and who shows the way.
Amidst us, we have a great orator, a visionary leader. His ability to inspire minds and motivate people is already known to most of us. A day like this should never end without his wisdom in our hands and his presence on the stage. It would be foolish of me to not construct an opportunity to have an audience with him. A person I personally look up to, a leader we all look up to. Our CEO, Mr. A.K. Rath, sir. Sir, we heartily invite you to please give your message.
So, a pleasant evening. Good evening to all of you. Our executive directors, their spouses, my general managers, their spouses, the members of Indian Institute of Metals Bhilai chapter, a lot of young faces. I think NIT Durgapur is also there. Their faculties, the students, all the members, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I was in a dilemma whether I am ready to speak today or not. Because yesterday when some of the very young people came to my house and told that, okay, formally invite me, I was in a very high spirit. But somehow, you know, all of you know that, all of us know that Bhilai is at war. So the whole Bhilai psychology, the psyche of the Bhilai is in a war mode. And I'm not comfortable while people are fighting a war of supplying rails and we are constantly, since last few days we are not doing well. So I am also not in a mood to, I thought even evening I was trying whether, how can I stand and start talking when in actions we are not doing well. All the talking which we do should be converted into actions. Then while coming from home, I was feeling whether to make my mood. I was trying to find out what exactly is happening. Then I got an example. Okay, in India, in Bharat, it always happens. When there is a war, there is Gita. So, it's not that when we are in a war, when the greatest war of India happened, that is Mahabharata, Krishna found out that is the time when she should speak of knowledge. So when the greatest war of Bhilai is happening, I am not Krishna, don't worry. So I thought it's not inappropriate to discuss something which is very close to my heart. Today I will be speaking something which I tried to practice since last, you can say, 2019, 2008, around 10 years. Why I want to rediscover something, because throughout we joined here as engineers, but most of the public sector engineers, they do amount to 10, 20, 30% of engineering technical jobs. But most of their time goes on managing people, managing resources, managing facilities, managing informations. And most of our time goes in managing things. And very less time we spend on technical things. So the skill which we got from our colleges, from our universities, never taught us how to manage. It gave us, like an electrical engineer, I was taught of Fourier transformation, network, many sort of solutions, mathematics, Laplace transformation, many things. Throughout the 5 years we studied, like metallurgy, same thing. But when you come to the workforce, when to the shop floor, you find no. Somebody is not working, somebody is not coming in time, somebody are not interested to work. Some people are creating problems. The whole technical things is not come to your rescue. It is your managerial skill which you have never been taught, never been given an input. Suddenly it comes, okay, you have to manage the things in a way which you are never taught. which, so then when I wanted, then people started talking about managerial things, about how to manage people, how to do things, what are the things. I found out so many jargons. And I was lost in jargons. I was thinking, what exactly the meaning of these jargons? And how do I reflect in my life or in my working? Until unless you understand something, until you understand, internalize something is very difficult. It's not possible for you to practice it. And you know, this we cannot practice everything consciously. It has to be internalized. The whole meaning has to go inside. For that you have to understand what exactly is this. Once you understand and internalize thing, you don't have to practice it. It comes automatically when you face the situations. There is no topic for this session. I have not intentionally not given a topic. But the moment you give topic, people start thinking, okay, this is the topic. No, so there is no topic. Today's discussion, we are not talking of topics. I will be putting 4 words and try to unravel it the way I have tried to practice it. I have not perfected it. I am not a perfect person. We are not perfect. None of us are perfect. Throughout our life, we try to practice many things. And during practice, we may reach to some perfection in something or other, but all of us are practitioners. And we go on practicing. It's not question of somebody is junior manager. He may be much better than me. It's not question of a hierarchical capability. It does not depend on hierarchy. It depends on how you have practiced and what exactly has happened to you, how much you have internalized. I will only try to 4 words. Only I will try to 4 jargons. The jargons are 4 words which normally people use when they talk of, I don't know, I don't want to give a topic. Many things are coming. So these words are, where to point? Anywhere, okay. The points, the thing which I took is vision, then passion, then courage and communication. This is the 4 words I am going to unravel in my own way. What I have understood. What exactly these 4 words. This carry a lot of meaning for all of us. It still carries a meaning for me. It still carries for anybody who is working in industry or who wants to manage a thing. So we start with vision. Okay. So for me, the vision is the ability to see the impossible. I'll go little bit because when I was told vision, you should have a vision, you should be a visionary. Then suddenly a person like Mahatma Gandhi comes into picture. He's a visionary. Jawaharlal Nehru is a visionary. So many great people are visionary. Can I be a visionary? Can all of us be a visionary? Then I told it's not possible for me. There are only great people who will run, and none of us can be visionary. Is it that we cannot be a visionary? Can a shift in charge joining in a shift be a visionary? So the question is, what's vision actually? And why is necessary for, who are the visionaries? If I talk of a coach who sees child running, suddenly find this child will become a star. He sees something inside the child which is not visible to many people. He knows. He is an athletic champion. He knows this. The way people are running, he suddenly find, okay, this man is becoming an athletic champion. So where from he is getting? He is a visionary because he has seen a child and suddenly found something inside him. He is able to understand. A painter, a architect go to a empty field. Okay, this is a field, okay, something great. He imagines a great monument. Monument is not there. He starts thinking of a monument. A painter get a canvas, plain canvas. But for him, it's a great painting is already evolved in his mind. In his vision, he does not see a canvas. He says a great painting. So, What exactly is a visionary is that something is there. And suddenly you find, no, this is the thing which is there, but this has got a potential to become this. I am able to see something else. The teacher sees students, he suddenly says, okay, these students he is not doing well. He is going to be a star. He is going to be the best student in the class. What exactly is with him? How does he know? The visionary is able to see something great potential in somebody, or a visionary, if we relate it to us, we see a particular situation in a software, what is happening. Okay, this is happening. But I suddenly see a potential. Okay, this can go to this. Or is possible to go to that level. So what I see is what exactly the situation is there, and what I see for the future, I see a potential, I see a clear-cut image of what is going to happen within 1 year or 1 month or 2 months. Your organization. You come to your organization. See the organization in a present state. See, this is the thing, okay. But this has got a potential to become like this. The image you create within you about the potential is the vision. What exactly you see with this? How do you see? If you don't see something, it cannot happen. Again, if the coach does not see a high potential with an athlete or a child, this child will never become an athlete because he sees a potential in it. He has to see, he has to visualize the whole thing. The vision comes from visualization. He sees the total potential of the person in his mind. He sees him running, he sees him becoming the captain of Indian team. He sees it much before the child sees it. The coach is a visionary when he sees a potential in a person. A leader is a visionary when he sees potential with people, with the organization. He is able to see exactly what can be done. For that, the first thing is that you have to know exactly in what status we are, exactly what status the person is. Then only you visualize the impossible. Impossible for the person, for the organization. Organization or the people, they may not know. But the potential of the person, of the organization, of the section is known by the leader. And he is able to visualize, okay, this has got a potential of this. This is at this status and this can go up to this. Having a vision is very much important for all of us. Wherever we work, whatever we do, it's not question of engineers or manager or anybody. A housewife enters into a house, he sees, but he sees something else. He suddenly sees, I'll put a flower vase here, I'll put that, I'll put a TV. He sees the clear-cut image of the house. How do we arrange things? He sees everything in our mind. He's having a vision how to create a beautiful house. She has to see it. Then only he can, otherwise he will go on asking what to do. He does not know what is to be done. Seeing things, what exactly you want to do, seeing things, what exactly it will happen to that situation, that person, you think of entrepreneurs. What they see? They see problems. And they see opportunities in problems. Give an example of Mukesh Ambani. See, I was hearing him in the last, the CNN, some award ceremony was there, he was speaking. He told, okay, my skill is, my talent is, I find out what are the problems, I convert it to opportunities, business opportunities. I solve the problem. By that, my business grows and people get better solution. He gave an example of Jio. The communication network is horrible in India. So I wanted to solve the communication problem. I created Jio. It solved the communication problem. People of India wanted cheap communication, faster communication, affordable communication. I created it. I created it to such a volume. Within 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years, I am going to break even. I think they have started break even. So this is what he saw. He did not see a problem. He saw opportunity. The entrepreneurs always see the opportunity. They don't see problems. So they are visionary as far as seeing a problem, looking at a problem, but seeing an opportunity. So all of us are visionaries. We have seen many things in our own way. A steel maker, a blast furnace head, or anybody in our shop, he knows what exactly is happening now. But he can only plan the things if he imagines a situation where he has to take the department, where he has to take. Until unless we are having a vision, we work mechanically, we work routinely. So we cannot be creative, we cannot be called leader, because we just follow everybody. We cannot lead. The leader has to take the people from a place to another place is not known to the people. He does not know where his leader is taking, but he knows where he is taking. The action which he is doing may be something very mundane. He does not understand. But the leader understands because he has got a vision. He takes the team step by step to that vision. He is having a vision. So to start with, all of us should have a vision. In every field, we should have a vision. And that can be practiced. It can be practiced. It's not something which only Mahatma Gandhi should have a vision or Martin Luther King has a vision. All of us can develop a vision, can develop the skill of having a vision for anywhere we should go. Anywhere, any situation. We go there, find out what exactly is happening, then imagine a situation, what should happen after some time. Time scale is ours. I should have a vision for 1 month. I should have a vision for 1 year. I should have a vision for 10 years, depending on what exactly I want to do and how I am going to do. So this vision has to be a must as far as all of us, whether you are working, managing a plant, where managing a household, a child, a mother is having a vision for his child. He knows what exactly his child should happen. He imagines the situation, how his daughter should be. I will tell you, whoever has imagined, whoever has done this thing to his child, this happens. He goes on working for that. One is having a vision, oh, she is going to be very good. She is going to have a good career. She is going to be a scientist. Don't tell. Have a vision for her. She will have his own destiny. But if you are having a vision, then your effort will follow. Otherwise, you will only go. School gaya ki nahi, khana khaya ki nahi. But you are not having a vision. You are not having a long-term vision. What is going to happen to her after some time? After some years? That's the first point I wanted to tuck. I think it's clear. Am I clear? Am I making sense? Let's just decipher. Let's just see the things. Second thing is passion. I may have a vision, but I don't have the passion. I don't have the energy to do it. I may have a vision. Bhilai should be like this. Bhilai should be like this. Can have many statements of Bhilai. Am I having the required energy or passion to do it? I may have a vision for my child, but am I having that energy? Am I really own that visionary statement? Am I owning it? The seed is there. You put a seed on the earth, on the soil, it does not come out. It requires light, it requires heat, it requires water. Am I having everything? Am I having the energy in me which will transform a vision to reality? What exactly is the passion is? I saw many definitions. Whatever I am talking, all these statements from 2008. That is, most people know what to do, but they don't do what they know because they have not found their inner drive, their passion. They don't have the energy. They are not finding it. They are not passionate about it. Am I having the passion to make a vision a reality? A sportsman Just imagine a sportsman goes on practicing every day at 4 o'clock, goes on running. People say it's mad. He's having a passion. He does not bother whether he win or he lose. He's having a tremendous passion. He goes for everything. He tries everything. He gets everything to see that the vision who is having for himself is going to be done. The next thing is very important. If I am having the vision, am I having the required energy or passion to make it possible in a life? We are having one life. It's not a question of doing a job or anywhere. How do I spend my life? How do I have come here, all of us have come here to earth and we have taken birth and we are going to die one day. How I am spending this time between my birth and death? What exactly I am doing? Am I spending time, lot of money, relaxing the things, spending the time as it is? Or am I doing something constructive? All of us, at least sitting here, are privileged people. You have got our education. We have got the money. We don't have to fight. We don't have to struggle for food, for clothes or basic necessity. All of us are well equipped. And without doing, we can survive in a luxurious way and have our end. It's us to decide how do we spend our time in this earth. When I talk of a vision, when I talk of a painter, thinking that this canvas can be converted into a painting, it does not come until unless he has got the energy or the passion to do the painting. Nitty-gritties of the painting, very micro dots, he plans for it. The entrepreneur thinks of a problem, find out a challenge, converts it to opportunity. Are you having this lot of energy? Because once you start doing, you will have obstacles. We will have many obstacles so that this is not going to take place. If you don't have the energy to do it, if you don't back up with the energy, then you will abandon your vision and come back and tell, हो गया, हम और एक vision लेते हैं. Until unless I find my inner drive, it cannot be done by somebody else. I cannot be instructed. I cannot be told to do things. Whatever we are talking about our own self. Am I able to find the energy or the type of involvement which is required once I have decided a vision for myself or somebody else, for some organization, for anybody else? Am I getting the energy? This getting the energy is very important. How do I get energy? What do I enjoy? How do I enjoy? Then question comes, energy comes from where? If I enjoy seeing something or doing something, I get automatic energy to complete it. How do I get energy? Do I get energy to do some creative? Do I get energy to help somebody? There are many questions I have to ask myself. Where from I get my energy? Do I get my energy to see things getting transformed? Do I get my energy to do something better for somebody? How do I get my energy? What exactly I enjoy? I have to find out my energy level and where from I have to introspect and find out where from how do I get energy to do things? That's something which we introspect, and many times I practice it. I do it. Many times I don't do it. I'm not able to do it. But every time it comes to my mind, am I having the passion to do it? If I am got a vision, am I having the required energy to do it? If it's not, I'm not having, how do I get my energy? I always like to be with passionate people, maybe for something else. It gives me a lot of energy. When you are with passionate people, when you are people with very high energy, it induces energy with you. We have to find out. And if you develop passion for something which you had a vision, there is no way why it cannot be done. Let's go to the third statement. That's one of the barrier. I am having the vision, I am having a lot of energy, but am I having the courage? How do I define courage? There are many definitions. Just read it. Many people have got passion. But the difference between a successful person and a failure is not one's better abilities or ideas, but the courage that one has to bet on one's idea, to take a calculated risk and act, to become vulnerable, to face failures, to face it in front of you. Don't escape failures. You have the courage to face the failures. If you have started something, if you have the passion to do things, if you are failing, you should have courage to face failures. Face it straight. Be honest. Are you having the courage? I'll tell you, naturally, all of us are here because nature has defined many things for which we are here. A small child, was it possible for him to walk if he had not the courage to again stand and walk, he is falling? Who has given him the courage? God has given him. A child trying to walk falls down. Why should he come and stands again? Who has told? Nobody can tell a child, come on. It's programmed in his child that if he falls down, he has to come up again walk. Nature has given us that property, that qualities to all of us. If we fall, we can come and again walk. The courage is inbuilt in us. We become escapist. We forget what nature has given to us. Courage is always inbuilt in us. The courage part is, you may have great ideas, you have a great passion, but you don't have the courage to stand up to the difficulties. You don't know how to face it. You don't want to take a calculated risk. You don't know. Everything cannot be, like I will tell you one example. I always tell it because I thought it is something I don't like. It has some situation has happened. I am not going to tell it here. See, one of the greatest thing which Vyasadeva has done in Mahabharata is killing Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, who has learned the technique of entering into Chakravyuha, had the courage to go inside Chakravyuha without knowing how to come out. He was killed by Vyasadeva. Why I am telling Vyasadeva? He is the writer of Mahabharata. A person, you cannot do everything if you know end to end, everything is planned. That is very rare. You cannot plan everything end to end. As we go on, as you had a vision and a passion to go on, things may become adverse or things may come to you, things may help you. But you have the courage to face, to go in that road which you have decided for yourself. By killing Abhimanyu in Mahabharata, all these Puranas goes into our mind. From the childhood we go on. This is built into our mind because from the childhood everybody tells about that. The story of Abhimanyu, what it teaches. It is never take a risk. If you know everything, do it. If you don't know something, don't do it. This has killed Indian entrepreneurship. We are not as good as an entrepreneur like others. This is my observation. The question is, you should have the courage. We should have the courage to face a situation when she decided that you have to do something, and when we have the energy to do something, the moment we start doing, there will be obstacles. There will be things which will not support you. There will be problems. There will be persons who will not like you to succeed. It is natural. In that situation, you have the courage. The third quality which I always wanted that we should have the courage to face any situation, anytime. Let us not be escapist. There is no question of escaping. We cannot escape. We cannot escape our conscience. We may escape some situation. Our conscience will kill us. We cannot. We have to have the courage to face. Fourth, the communication. I mean, the greatest example which a communication is always strikes to me, none other than Mahatma Gandhi. Has anybody has listened to him speaking? You cannot understand anything. Records are available on internet, you can download it and listen. I mean, what he talks, what he speaks, you cannot. He's like not like Amitabh Bachchan, somebody speaking, everybody listening. He speaks on his own style. 40, 100, 200 languages in India. He goes around speaking in Gujarati, in Hindi. And none of the people who comes, thousands people come, they don't understand his language. But they know Gandhiji is there. He goes on speaking, nobody understands him. Language is not communication. But people understand him. ये हमारा गांधी जी है, हमको स्वाधीन भारत देगा. The greatest communicator of India, without any language, without any frills, without any dramatics. He goes on speaking. I wanted to listen to him. There is a site, Gandhi Organize or something like that. You go there and the speeches are there. I downloaded some speeches. I started listening to him. You just cannot feel what he is speaking, what is absolutely dull. Communicates. Communicates on the language what you speak. Communicates is the energy which you transmits. Communicate is the feeling which you give to the people. It's a teamwork. It's not individual. It's a differentiator. How do I communicate? How do I communicate my vision? How do I communicate my passion? How do I communicate my courage? How do I bring people in alignment with the vision? How do I do it? It's something which is unparalleled. I mean, silence is also, people tell, is the greatest communicator. Communication is not language. Communication is not vocabulary. Communication is not a good oratory skill. Communication is genuinity of a situation, genuinity of your vision. How genuine, how in depth you feel the situation. It automatically gets communicated. You don't have to speak, people understand. People understand he's speaking. He's only speaking, he never acts on that. Communication is how genuinely you feel. Like I will again reiterate the same story which everybody knows. But that is the only story I remember. When everybody knows this story. When Mahatma Gandhi is told by a mother that you tell my child that he is taking a lot of sugar. You tell him if he only listens to Gandhi, बोला गांधी जी जो बोलेंगे मैं करूँगा. तो गांधी जी बोला आप 10 दिन के बाद आइए मैं बोलूँगा. He should have told immediately. But बेटे सुगर मत लो, अच्छा नहीं है. इतना ही. Mother wanted only 2-3 sentences. He told you tell 3 sentences, he will not take sugar. After 10 days the mother is coming, asking, हाँ सर ठीक है बेटे सुगर मत लेना, अच्छा नहीं, same thing. The mother is telling, why you did not tell 15 days? Why you have to come from the village after 15 days? You told the same words. He told, but I was taking sugar at that time. How can I tell sugar is bad? So communication is not a speech. It's the energy behind the words, energy behind what you speak. That is communication. How genuine you are. Many people tell many things to us. But sometimes somebody tells something, we believe in it. Why? The words, along with the word energy, come from that person. Because he is a genuine person. Communication is a skill which has to be practiced. It's not, it's not a oratory. It's how genuine you are. You speak only what you practice. what you want to do, how do you feel about the person. You have got a love for the person, you talk to him, he will love you. If you love. Communication is a skill. If you have to practice, then you have to be genuine in your character, genuine in your feelings. The communication works wonderfully. Wonders, it creates wonders. That's the fourth thing which I wanted to tell. Let's see the video. Can you start the video? Sound is there?
Enron's accounting firm, Arthur Andersen,
about
was
Enron.
convicted of obstructing justice. With its reputation for honesty destroyed, America's oldest accounting firm fell along with Enron, and 29,000 people lost their jobs. Enron shareholders are suing Enron and its banks for $20 billion. Ken Lay was also indicted for conspiracy to commit fraud. His attorney maintains that no one has been hurt more by the Enron bankruptcy than Ken Lay.
Guys have already show up this morning.
With today's arrest of Ken Lay, the top echelon at Enron has now been called to account for their crimes.
Mr. Lay, you have anything to say, sir? A little later, damn.
Looking at Enron is like looking at the flip side of so much possibility, because like most things that end terribly, it didn't start out that way. It started with a lot of people who thought they were changing the world, and over time they became victims of their own hubris, victims of their own greed, and so it's like taking so much promise and possibility and looking at it in a mirror and seeing the flip side reflected back at you.
I think the larger lesson was what Enron asked of its employees, which was ask why. And, you know, I didn't ask myself why enough. I didn't ask managers why enough. I didn't ask my colleagues why enough.
Okay. Enron, I am giving an example because that is the only video I could see yesterday. It was available in YouTube. All people are MIT, Harvard graduates. They have got much more skilled in management. Why the company failed? Why hundreds of companies are in NCLTs in India? Are all MBAs, much more graduates, much better managers. Why? They had vision. They had the passion, they had the courage, they had all the communication skills. Why? Why industry leaders are cheating people? Cheating the banks. You see, you can imagine what exactly is happening across the industry globally. Why? These four words are not sufficient to define us. There is another word which is more important, which defines these four words. What is that? That is ethics. What sort of a vision you are? Am I having a vision of Mahatma Gandhi or am I having a vision of Bin Laden? Vision remains same. Bin Laden is having a vision of having a Muslim country. Vision remains same. Am I having a vision of making an industry and looting the banks to my personal account? Or am I having a vision of creating an industry, providing employment, creating wealth? What sort of a vision I am having? Vision remains same. Passions remain same. What sort of a passion I am having? What gives me happiness? What gives me energy? Am I having a vision of seeing a land and where slums are there, and I will see how to remove this slum and torture these people and get a skyscraper or get a flat, build a flat? Am I having the vision? Or am I having the vision of creating real estate in a white way? Vision remains same. The quality of vision remains same. Whether it's ethical or not ethical, that defines me. Ethics play a big picture. See, the greatest managers, the greatest leaders are not us. Greatest leaders are who are planning a terrorist attack. Imagine what has happened in Pulwara. Imagine the person who has planned it. Imagine a person who has planned it from other country. How much planning he has done? What is his vision? He is also having vision. He had also having the passion of making it. He had also the courage to do it. And he had communicated well to his people to tell him that if you go and die, you are going to heaven. And he has convinced these people. He has got the energy to do it. How ethical is he? It all depends on, we have got all the quality of vision. All these things can be in green or can be in red. It all depends whether, how ethical is this? What is ethics? I mean, went on reading yesterday night. Went on reading, finding out definitions. It all depends on us. What is ethical? You ask Bin Laden, he will tell it's absolutely ethical. You people have tortured me. I want to take revenge. It's ethical as far as I am concerned. Choice is ours. How do I define what is good or what is bad? Choice is ours. And depending on that, what sort of a person I become or what sort of a world I am going to make depends on us. Ethics has to run in everywhere. You should have the vision, you should have the passion, you should have the courage, you should have the communication. Whether it is ethical, whether I am doing it for some agenda. I may be very active, very energetic, but what is hidden inside the energy and active and vision? What sort of a vision I am having? This all depends on how ethical I am. In ethical behavior, the value system, the ethics play a very major role in our life. Whether I am ethical, I am going to be ethical, irrespective of situations, irrespective of pressures, irrespective of everything, that I have to take a call how much ethical I should be. So gentlemen, I think I have come to the end of today's thing. So I'll have two things which I just young people to see. I mean, sometimes we feel we have to be secured. Security is not part of the nature. When a bird moves into the sky, it only depends on his senses. It goes to the sky. It is nature never gives security. Security is nowhere there is a security terms called security, but we imagine that we are secure. And we spoil our whole life by making or going in between a bracket of security. Second thing which I wanted to tell, I mean, many of the times, many of the people are saying, we may not have followed what exactly is good. That does not mean that our time has ended. There is always a time. I still feel I am as young as I have started the career. Time does not end. We can always rethink, reinvent ourselves in any situations and find out what exactly, how do I spend my life. The desert, just after the meal. This is for very young people, for the employees who are listening to me. It's only for young people. This is a definition. No matter, this is the principle which I follow. I keep it in mind. This whole para is always inside me. No matter where you work, you are not an employee. The second sentence tells, you are in business with one employer. I always tell Bhilai Steel Plant is, your employer is yourself. You are working under yourself. You are the employee and you are the employer. Nobody owes you a career. You own it as a sole proprietor. Don't depend on anybody to design your career. And the key to survival is to learn and to add more values every day. Whatever is with us, it's only my job is to find out how do I add values to myself. It's for all young people. Are you listening? Listening? Okay. So only thing which is under control is adding value to myself. I am the employer. I am the employee. And my job is to add values to myself. Andy Grove, have you understood? Do you know his name? He's founder, CEO of Intel Corporation. The statement of Andy Grove. In his book, if you read, he tells, when he interviews and he goes, Intel takes the best graduate from across the world. His only quality he sees with people, that only if the person coming here is having this quality, if he consider himself independent of the company, how independent he is, whether he is having learning ability, he does not bother, whether he is in Intel or in Microsoft, he is an independent professional. He is having his life, he wants to grow, he wants to develop himself, he only sees the fire inside, whether this man is having a fire. He is responsible for himself, he is not bothered where he is working, he understands and he knows that he has to grow in his life, irrespective of where he is working, what sort of a job he is doing, he is not bothered about that. He will give everything, but he is himself responsible for his growth. This I collected from the book of Devashish Chatterjee, Light the Fire Within You. I am fortunate to spend an evening with this man. So, I come to the end of my discussion, or whatever I wanted to speak to you. So my gratitude to all of you, all great people sitting here, to give me the opportunity to talk something to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Following these principles that you have just told us, vision, passion, courage, communication, and ethics, I am sure a person can become as good as the legendary artist Michelangelo and create his own David, which would be himself. I am pretty sure that our young managers would become much more adaptive and capable and also become a better person, keeping your insights in mind.
Once again, thank you, sir, for your inspiring and energizing talk. Under your aegis, may we reach new heights of success, crunching all the obstacles, and will never leave our motive wavering even in the toughest of the times. Thank you once again, sir. Your knowledge and experience will always be our guiding lights.